We're a big fan of white case designs, and we've got a Sharkoon Elite Shark CA300T to check out today.
Yeah, we asked Sharkoon if they had any white cases, and they sent it over for us to review.
It has both white and black versions available, with a bunch of ARGB fans included. It also supports standard ATX, large eATX, and smaller too.
And as with all cases, we'll test airflow, case noise, ease of installation, and building.
At Techspin, we bring you honest testing and opinions about new hardware so you can decide what fits your needs.
We'll answer all of those, and if you decide to grab an Elite Shark CA300T, buying through our affiliate links below does help us, so thanks for that.
And let us know what you're thinking about building in here. Tell us down in the comments.
And we'll throw the link up here for the other case we recently checked out from Sharkoon, the Rev 200, which is an inverted case, and that case was very interesting with some good features.
To keep up with our latest releases, please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Techspin Review, and check out our companion posts on techspinreview.com. By the way, have you gotten any sleep since Cyberpunk 2077 came out?
Yeah, but most of the time went into our new logo. So anyway, let's get to it. The new FSP Hydro Pro G is reliable even in harsh environments. A compact, fully modular 80+ gold supply with dual ATX 8-pin, Eco Switch, 10-year warranty, and it's perfect for your next build. Check it out at the link below. A quick summary. The Sharkoon Elite Shark CA300T case has a cool looking patterned front, allowing the ringlit ARGB fans to shine through, 2 tempered glass sides, built-in GPU support, an ARGB illuminated I/O side panel, triple air filters, and a large hinged rear cable compartment. With 4 included ARGB fans and front panel dual USB 3 and Type-C connectors, building in the case was fairly easy, and lots of good airflow and low noise makes this a solid choice and an appealing centerpiece for your workspace. The Elite Shark CA300T released at the beginning of November 2020, so pricing for the case isn't out in all regions, but it looks like it's going for 4,000 NT here in Taiwan, roughly 140 USD. The Amazon links we'll have will likely be for search results only.
With both black and white versions, key features are the dual tempered glass sides with 4 ARGB fans and a nicely illuminated top left I/O. With 16.5 centimeters space for CPU air coolers, it also handles long GPUs easily, up to 40 or 42.5 centimeters long, so there's no issues with the new RTX 30 series card going in here.
Measuring 51 centimeters long by 24 wide and 52 high, it weighs in at 14.7 kilograms. That's just under 32.5 pounds. Inside the box, the Sharkoon Elite Shark CA300T has a canvas type wrap instead of plastic, good for the environment. And the chassis comes with an accessory box with marked screw bags and Velcro cable ties. This ATX size case supports eATX, Mini and Micro ATX, as well as Mini ITX. The motherboard tray has 3 rubber grommets for the main wiring, a large 18cm by 14cm cutout for CPU cooler installation, with cutouts for CPU ATX power and bottom wiring. There's pre-installed ATX standoffs, but always double check standoff placement on your motherboard to make sure it doesn't go into a marked off area.
The front has 3 pre-installed ARGB fans, and the panel accepts radiators up to 420 mils with 5.7 cm clearance. The top can handle 360 mil rads with 6 centimeters space there, and the rear has 8 slots and space for a 120 mil fan, and ARGB already there. The 3-pin DC fans work with MSI Mystic Light, Asus Aura, Gigabyte RGB Fusion, and ASRock Polychrome Sync. The vertical shroud covers 3 rubber grommets, but can be repositioned 2.5 cms to the right or removed. And the shroud has the built-in GPU support bracket, which we really like. The support can move to the other spot 1.5 centimeters right. Vertical travel is 6.5 cms. And there's 3 mounting holes for the support arm, which swivels freely and can slide in and out. This is super adjustable, very impressive. There's a dual slot vertical GPU mount, and Sharkoon offers an optional vertical graphics card kit that's a 28 cm PCIe 3.0 riser cable with a holder that screws onto the mount, all included. We didn't grab that, but we've test fitted an MSI RTX 2080 Super Gaming X Trio, which did easily fit, though there's about 5mm clearance between the card and glass. Those seeking the best temps without GPU water cooling know that having a GPU really close to the glass in any case is bad for airflow and cooling, but those with smaller 1.5 or 1 slot height GPUs should be able to use this area without problem. Speaking of the front, it doesn't come off by pulling, as this case has a unique design, so you need to unscrew 3 screws on the small side cover, then 6 screws hold the front on, 3 on either side.
The front is kind of heavy, so I can see why they went this route, but it makes fan readjustment and air filter cleaning harder.
However, there's enough room to fit all fans up front here, so a push-pull rad setup still leaves plenty of room for long GPUs. Nice design work here. The tethered front wiring to the top left I/O panel is pretty easily pulled out, so you can lie the front down somewhere, avoiding any damage.
On that note, the front filter is screwed to the front, but using a hairdryer inside and a 1-inch clean paint brush on the outside, you can avoid disassembling the front. Luckily, the top filter is magnetic, so that will be easy to clean, and the bottom filter slides out from the left side. This is constructed really well and covers the whole bottom, which comes with rubber feet. With 4 hard drive mounts, we prefer the 2 hard drive bays in the PSU area over the 2 rear motherboard hard drive spots, as there's only about 2 mm clearance to glass. You could mount one in the middle here, but spinning hard drives get hot, and without a direct fan on it, we wouldn't mount one on the right or do 2 hard drives here, but 1 hard drive and 1 SSD will be fine. For SSDs, we saw 4 spots already, and this case can handle 7 total. The top of the riveted in PSU cover has 2 SSD sleds and 1 cooling pump SSD mount combo plate, which has 4 thumb screws.
The Sharkoon Elite Shark CA300T's I/O panel has a power button, RGB switch button, dual USB 3 and a USB Type-C, and HD audio jacks, which are all ringlet with ARGB and wired into the rear controller. The RGB switch can control case lighting if your motherboard doesn't have the 2-1 ARGB headers.
This case adopts the drop-in tempered glass side panel design that we've seen recently, making glass installation pretty easy. Just locate the top panel's captive thumb screws at the back, and the panel slides back, giving access to both 3mm thick glass panels, which measure 45.4 cms wide by 48.6 high. The ARGB controller is located in the top inside the rear wiring cover, an 8-port splitter, and 5 are taken with fans and I/O panel, with wires for SATA power, front switch, and ARGB to motherboard. Positioning here is good, taking all this wiring out of the way of the main components.
Wiring behind the motherboard tray to glass clearance is 3.6 centimeters. Very generous, and cable management was a breeze. The power supply area takes up to 24 centimeter long PSUs. A standard size will have no issue. With a modular supply, build with it just outside the area, then install it at the end.
Sound levels were measured at a half-meter distance. Great with this Sharkoon Elite Shark CA300T. It was quiet, measuring an average of 37.2 decibels. Very good. For this build, we used MSI's Z490 Unity with an Intel i5-10600 in the new LGA 1200 socket, and cooling was handled with an MSI Core Liquid 240R AIO. 32 gigs of HyperX Predator RGB DDR4 at 3200 MHz is our memory, and storage is a Kingston A2000 PCIe 500 gig M.2 drive and Seagate IronWolf 6TB NAS hard drive. An MSI RTX 2080 Super Gaming X Trio at 32.8 centimeters long is powered by the FSP Hydro PTM Pro 850 watt modular PSU.
Building in this case was good, as the interior is big with lots of room to work. It still could be a little easier and have more versatility with a removable PSU cover, but with it riveted to the motherboard tray, it's just a little easier than normal.
And the CPU power cutout is okay. A dual A pin in a cable comb just made it through here with 2 mils on the sides to spare. We had a small issue with the fan power cable length. The top front fan wouldn't actually reach the closest bottom header on the motherboard, so we opted for the header near the 24 pin instead. An extra 10 to 15 centimeters for fan cable length would have reached this easily. The Sharkoon Elite Shark CA300T was great to work in and looks pretty awesome. Please take a moment to like this video, and if you like what you see, then please do subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified when I upload new content.
So looking at the case, it has a really unique front design. You said it has a really large interior, right?
Yeah, it's really spacious. Building in this was very easy and lots of room to work with, which is good. And of course with the front, you have that direct air intake. You know, other case designs have acrylic fronts or side intake designs, but you know, direct airflow is always the best because the air just goes straight through. You'll get the best temperatures this way, so we really appreciate that.
And with the ARGB fans, I mean, they look really great when they're lit up. It looks really nice. Yeah, and along with the ARGB inside, of course, there's these side ringlet buttons for the front I/O panel, which is also, you know, matches the case and very nice too. Yeah, exactly. And the side glass is actually very, very easy to install. It just slides in. And in the back, there's actually a lot of room for the wiring as well.
Yeah, because they designed room enough for hard drives to actually fit on the back of the motherboard tray. There's actually quite a lot of room, so you know, where we've had other designs where the glass kind of bunches or presses against the wires and it's harder, this one, very easy.
Yeah.
The rad installation at the top was actually very, very easy as well, because obviously you just take off the top panel, you know, you bolt on the rad, you're done. The front installation, if you're gonna go that way with a push-pull at the front, a lot of people prefer the top, so that's fine, but if you're doing the front, be aware it'll take extra time to get into the front and wire that all up. But actually, even with a push-pull, and this is a almost 33 centimeter card, there's still plenty of room that, you know, if you do a push-pull, there's still gonna be room for my hand to clear here, so it can accept long GPUs without any issues too.
Yeah, and how about the back covering? You said is much nicer because it's not as sharp and it's easier for the wires.
So with the rear cover, well actually, when it closes, you always have to worry about metal in the case, because if the metal is sharp and, you know, it can cut wires, right? But this is, it's been rounded down or nicely finished, so there's no issue about cutting wires. We did catch wires in there, but luckily nothing got cut. So maximizing the interior space means that fitting the PSU in the bottom was actually a little bit tighter than normal. Like usually you can just kind of like wobble in a PSU and it's easy to put in. But because there's a notch in the rear right corner, I guess it's for structural integrity or whatever, that notch there, actually you had to kind of like angle it in a little bit. It was more challenging than normal a little bit, but not bad. Yeah. We still did it within an extra minute. So.
And how about the SSD mounting spots?
Oh yeah, so apart from the two hard drive / SSD mounting spots at the bottom, you have the two rear motherboard tray in the back there that can do hard drives or SSDs. You probably only want to do one hard drive though, because of the temps that we mentioned before. And also 1, 2, 3 on the PSU cover, 1, 2, and 3. And this multi-mount actually is support for water cooling reservoir pump and whatever else you want to put there. There's lots of holes and it is very customizable, so that's good.
And you said that there might have been a little bit of a problem with the fan wiring?
Yeah, that's right. So, okay, so usually with the front fan wires, we just like to put all three together. Most of the MSI motherboards that we work with actually have 3 fan headers down there. And if you have 3 fans and 3 headers, just keep them all together, right? But I think the topmost fan just wouldn't reach by about 10, 15 centimeters. So an extra 10 to 15 centimeters would have been good here.
I'm sure a lot of guys have heard that before. Oh. And it's got a built-in GPU support, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true, because especially with the longer GPUs that are on the market right now, usually if you have a case that doesn't have that, you have to get a third-party option, which is using pressure, and you don't know what's on top or bottom that may get in the way of that support. Having this option built in is great. However, the adjustability of it is a little challenging to use, but we did get it working, and it's supporting this 2080 Super quite well, so that's a good added option for this case.
Yeah, overall it has great build, it has a lot of really cool features, and I think it's a pretty solid case.
Yeah, it's stunning, looks great, and really well made.
We were impressed with the Sharkoon Elite Shark CA300T. Its cavernous interior made building a snap, and with USB 3 and Type-C ARGB lit front I/O, it can accommodate very long GPUs too. With ITX to eATX board support, so lots of possibilities here. If you're looking to grab a case with an interesting front with lots of room and options, this is a great pick for about 140 USD.
A well-ventilated direct through front means good airflow through the case, and 3 case filters are great. The bottom is the easiest to clean, which is useful. The top requires a quick rear unscrew and slides off for cleaning. However, the front filter isn't removable. Not a deal breaker though, as most cleaning we do anyways involves a hairdryer inside, aimed through the front with a clean paintbrush to help dust. The ARGB fans look great along with the front I/O. Buttons feel decent. The overall construction was solid, and the rear hinged cable cover was actually useful, and the high-mounted ARGB controller made sorting the cabling easier.
Top AIO mounting in the Sharkoon Elite Shark CA300T is a snap, and CPU air coolers have lots of clearance and rear access. And the 4 ARGB fans with side I/O lighting really make the case pop. Plus, if you get it in white, the white reflects and fills the case with color. Really stunning.
Overall, this is a really spacious case that's pretty easy to build in, though there's a couple of things for improvement. We'd like slightly longer fan power wiring, also ditching the Molex connectors, slightly longer screws to attach the slightly difficult front panel. We'd like to see an additional reset button on the front I/O, though with new motherboards controlling ARGB, you could repurpose the RGB switch to reset.
Installing the PSU is a bit harder due to the bottom right raised area, though because the bottom panel curl is so flat, that's likely needed for structural integrity. Still, having a flat bottom edge or slightly taller space here would make PSU installs easier.
Last, the GPU support, great inclusion, but it's challenging to use. The height screws are hidden, so you can't vertically adjust it without removing the whole cover. An easy fix would be a small rectangular plate behind the rails you'd screw it into from the front. The slide bar thumb screw is adjusted from the top by default, but with newer long GPUs this is blocked by the card, though you could switch it upside down for access. The cover itself is actually pretty hard to put back on, as it floats and these screw holes aren't really centered in their tabs. Still, this was easier and much more secure than a third-party option that uses pressure to hold it in place, and this is the straightest long GPU we've seen in a case so far. Overall, the Sharkoon Elite Shark CA300T is a really amazing case with dual 360mm rad mounting spots and a large open build space. Apart from some small quibbles, we appreciate the design, and if you have a little patience for GPU support, it's going to be a great performer for you. If you decide to pick up this case, using our affiliate links below will help us here with no extra cost to you. And follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Techspin Review. You can also check out our other posts at techspinreview.com.
We have more case, hardware, and tech reviews on the channel, so be sure to check those out too. Thanks to Sharkoon for sending us this Elite Shark CA300T, and we're looking forward to seeing more innovative case designs from them.
What case are you looking at, or what build did you want to see in here? Find a sweet deal that you want to share? Join the discussion down below. And we're interested to hear what new hardware you want to see reviewed. Let us know and we'll try and get to it. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, or let us know how we can improve. If you want to see more videos like this, then please do subscribe for new content and click that bell icon to get notified when we put up a new video. We read and reply to the comments, so if you have a question or if we missed something, please do tell us down below. We really appreciate you watching this far. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you on the next. Bye for now.